Coming up, your weekly roundup of news from around the haunt industry. Welcome to the show. I'm Philip. On the HAN show, we bring you the haunt news, information, and education you need to prepare for Halloween. On Tuesdays, we bring you a roundup of news from haunts worldwide. Read more about these stories and so much more in our free weekly newsletter. Subscribe at the link in the show notes. And as always, for the news roundup, I'm passing it off to Daryl.
2 new mazes are coming to Knott's Scary Farm. On August 19th, Knott's Berry Farm in Buena Park, California, hosted its annual Nightmares Revealed event, announcing new and returning elements for the coming season of Knott's Scary Farm. The evening's highlight was the announcement of 2 new mazes, The Zoo and Mary, the Haunting of Worth Home. In The Zoo, designed by Daniel Miller, guests will venture through an abandoned zoo where the military has used animal DNA and genetic splicing to create super soldier animal hybrids. A unique element to this maze is that after 11 p.m., the monsters will turn off the light and brave souls will only have a flashlight to guide them through the darkness. Mary, the Haunting of Worth Home, designed by John Asperin, is a take on the Bloody Mary urban legend. Guests will explore the Worth home and bear witness to Mary's victims. Knott's Scary Farm will take place select dates September 18th through November 1st. Tickets are on sale now, starting at $84 for single night general admission. Howl-O-Scream Tampa unveils Mars Haunted House. Howl-O-Scream Tampa in Tampa, Florida, returns select nights September 5th through November 2nd with a new haunted house, expanded scare zones, and updated experiences across the park. This year's headline edition is Mars, a science fiction horror concept set aboard a crashed spaceship on the surface of Mars. The Elysium, once a prized vessel in the interplanetary fleet, has been destroyed on impact. Survivors now face the cold, failing systems, and a swarm of insect-like alien creatures drawn into the wreckage. Guests are cast as members of a search and destroy team tasked with reaching the ship's core and preventing the threat from spreading. Mars joins 4 returning haunted houses, 5 scare zones, live entertainment, and themed bars. Tickets are on sale now for as low as $49.99. New mazes and scare zones come to Castle Dark. A new icon character has emerged at Castle Dark in Riverside, California, conjuring 3 new mazes, 3 new scare zones, and an all-new show for 2025. This year's icon, the Storyteller, has the ability to rewrite history and has erased last year's mazes from memory, ushering in 3 new haunts to terrorize guests. Fairy Tales turns classic fairy tales upside down with twisted versions of the 3 Little Pigs, Hansel and Gretel, Goldilocks, Cinderella, and more. Midnight Manor has guests join a paranormal investigation team to explore the haunted house with only a flashlight. But beware, as restless spirits may disrupt the flashlight, leaving guests entirely in the dark. Containment Breach will pit guests against hybrid plant zombies in a secret government facility. This maze will be directly tied to a new scare zone, Outbreak, where every 30 minutes monsters will escape the maze and terrorize the area. This joins 2 more new scare zones, the Forgotten Kingdom and the Endless Chapter, home to the Storyteller. Also new for 2025 is Echoes from the Grave, a rock and pop musical review featuring chilling choreography and supernatural visuals. Castle Dark runs select nights September 19th through November 1st. Tickets are on sale now, starting as low as $29.99 for general admission. Skip the line with the Thrill Pass for $14.99 and enjoy tasty treats with the Castle Dark tasting card for $39.99. Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar at Disney Springs gets a Halloween makeover. For the first time ever, Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar at Disney Springs in Orlando, Florida, will get into the Halloween spirit with themed decor, eerie eats, and sinister sips. Through November 4th, the bar will be transformed into a nostalgic Halloween party from decades past with pumpkin scarecrows, jack-o'-lanterns, and vintage-style black cats. The Halloween Hangar Bar menu will feature 9 new and exclusive sips and nibbles, including Alien Invader sliders, Cursed Mummy sausages, Phantom dumplings, Zombie eye bites, Snake Egg Surprise, Cauldron Cooler, Scarab Beetle Essence, Skull of the Dead, and the Spike Trap. Looking for more Disney Halloween trends? Check out Disney Park Blog's complete Halloween foodie guide by following the links in our show notes. Queen Mary's Dark Harbor announces new and updated mazes. In a panel at Midsummer Scream, Queen Mary's Dark Harbor in Long Beach, California, shared details on new and updated mazes for this year's event. 2 returning mazes, Feast and Breakout, have received updated storylines and new elements. In its last year at Dark Harbor, Feast, the final cut, will conclude the story of the Butcher, featuring more gore and cannibal chaos. Breakout, Maximum Security, will take us further into the psychotic mind of the Samuel the Savage in a unique new soundscape by Lovecraft. 2025 will see a sixth maze added to the Haunt lineup. Voodoo, the Queen's Curse. This story centers around a voodoo priestess who seeks to make the Queen marry her own. She looks to resurrect dead sailors to make a crew that will allow the ship to set sail once again. Queen Mary's Dark Harbor returns select nights, September 19th through November 2nd. Get access to Phase 2 presale tickets on the event's digital website. New for 2025 is the addition of season passes, allowing guests to brave the 6 mazes, shows, themed bars, and more again and again. Field of Screams Maryland will not open for the 2025 season. Field of Screams Maryland in Olney, Maryland, has announced that the attraction will not operate for the 2025 season. In a statement posted on the event's website and social media, organizers wrote that they will take this year to reimagine the attractions and infrastructure. They plan to return in 2026 with a stronger foundation that will allow them to deliver advanced scares for years to come. According to the Montgomery County Board of Appeals records, Field of Screams Maryland drew nearly 2,000 visitors per night in 2024. Though this attraction's official announcements assert that the decision to close this year was entirely their own, an article by a local radio station detailed growing tensions between the event and neighboring residents. Earlier this year, community members opposed plans for new structures tied to the haunt, and a Montgomery County hearing examiner recommended that the nonprofit resubmit their build request with a full site plan so a public hearing could be held to discuss potential impacts on traffic and the neighborhood. Twin Cities Fearfest brings Elvira Pop-Up Bar and Shop to Mall of America. The 13th Floor Entertainment Group's Twin Cities Fearfest in Bloomington, Minnesota, will bring an Elvira Pop-Up Bar and Shop to the Mall of America, along with 2 haunts, mini escape games, and a jelly ball experience. Sip your way into the spooky spotlight at the Elvira Pop-Up Bar, where horror meets high spirits. Enjoy themed cocktails, eerie elixirs, and a dash of the Mistress of the Dark signature camp. Fans will also shop a curated collection of merchandise inspired by Elvira, from witty t-shirts to limited edition accessories and official collectibles. Brave guests can venture into 2 haunts, Deadwater Hollow and Sanctum of the Shadows, to encounter detailed sets, dozens of live scare actors, and special effects that create an intense, atmospheric experience. Twin Cities Fearfest runs select nights September 26th through November 2nd. Sign up for discount presale tickets and event updates at the event's official website. Mount Healthy Haunted Hall celebrates its 35th anniversary. Now in its 35th year, Mount Healthy Haunted Hall in Mount Healthy, Ohio, will return to Harvest Souls Fridays through Sundays, September 26th through October 25th. The Haunted Hall is sponsored by the Madonna Council Knights of Columbus and assisted by youth organizations. The Haunted Hall benefits these groups and other charities. Entry is $12 per person, available on-site only, with a $2 discount for a canned good donation. Fast passes, no discounts, are available on-site for $18. A lights-up trick-or-treat event will take place on Sunday, October 19th. Tickets for this family-friendly event will be $5 per child, with accompanying parents for free. Aizen Obake Yoshiki returns for a limited time at Daimaru's department store. Aizen Obake Yoshiki, a haunted house that formerly operated at a now-defunct amusement park, is returning to Kyoto through August 31st at Daimaru's department store. A Kyoto-based company manufacturing theater sets and props, which formerly designed and ran the haunted house, remade all the large items needed for the reopening. Guests will encounter a torii gate, lanterns, and spooky dolls, as well as ghosts in white kimono and classic Japanese yokai. It's even better than it was 26 years ago, said Kenji Kinugawa, who was supervising the project. Come and enjoy a friendly kind of scare. Our ghosts are very kind to frightened children. The attraction will also include an exhibition of 180 items related to the original haunted house. Admission is 1,500 yen per adult, 1,200 yen per high school and junior high school students, and 500 yen per elementary school student. Learn more on the event's official website. Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey come to Herefordshire with Halloween Haunted Fest. A new horror experience, Halloween Haunt Fest, is coming to Herefordshire, UK, October 17th through November 1st. Leatherface is making his UK debut in a brand new immersive attraction based on the 1974 horror movie The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Also making its haunt debut is Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. Guests will be able to step into the twisted world of carnage from the hit British slasher film and its sequel in the spine-tingling scare maze experience. The event also features 2 original mazes, live entertainment, photo ops, 2 themed bars, and more. Tickets are on sale now, starting at £43.50 for standard admission. Halloween Horror Nights Singapore highlights Asian horror intellectual properties. Halloween Horror Nights 13 at Universal Studios Singapore in Sentosa Island, Singapore, is summoning spirits, curses, and chaos 18 select nights, September 26 through November 1st. This year's event highlights popular Asian horror IPs with 2 new haunted houses. The Unruly Immortals, based on the hit Chinese novel, plunges guests into a fever dream of demons and hellish realms. Explore the fractured psyche of the Lai Huang, a student caught between the mystical world of ancient alchemy and a hospital ward that insists he's hallucinating. The second new maze, Death Whisperer, marks the first time a Thai film has been featured in the event. Journey to rural Kanchanaburi in 1972, where a cursed village hides the vengeful black spirit. She's hunting for a new host, and she's chosen you. These houses join the returning Stranger Things maze based on the popular Netflix show, and original maze, Singapore's Most Haunted, built to horror. Learn more about Halloween Horror Nights 13 and book tickets on the event's official website. Adventure Dome's Fear Zone organizer accused of sexual battery and solicitation of minors. In a recent article from Vegas 411, uncovered a 2020 lawsuit against Anthony Lopez, a social media influencer who manages South of Heaven Productions, the organizer of Fear Zone at Circus Circus Resort in Las Vegas, Nevada. In the lawsuit, 2 girls accused Lopez of sexual battery and solicitation of minors. They claim the 21-year-old Lopez attempted to coerce them into sexual encounters and solicited explicit photos from the girls, despite knowing that they were underage. The lawsuit also claims that there were reports from at least 3 additional underage victims of his sexual harassment. The lawsuit was settled in 2024 for an undisclosed amount. Lopez has repeatedly denied these allegations, releasing a statement to People magazine in 2021. These allegations are not at all true. I never sent nudes to these women, and I didn't ask them to send pictures either. And I certainly wouldn't have sex with someone who told me they were underage. Vegas 411 reached out to Circus Circus for a statement regarding Lopez's involvement in Halloween attraction at the family-oriented casino. As of August 22nd, Vegas 411 has not received a response from the venue. Ask the Scare Actor trainer, Sammy Days from Fright Nights. Hunter's Toolbox is hosting a live Q&A session with Sammy Days, the Scare Actor trainer and Scare Actor at Fright Nights in West Palm Beach, Florida, on Wednesday, September 3rd, from 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Tune in for this 90-minute live session to learn Scare Actor tips and tricks. Some upcoming events this August through October 2025 include Creep It Real OC in Santa Ana, California, September 12th through 14th, and the Son of Monster Palooza in Burbank, California, October 10th through 12th.
And that's all for the news this week. Today's episode was produced by me, Philip Hernandez, with reporting by Daryl Plunkey, post-production by David Swope. This Haunt News Update is a production of the Haunted Attraction Network, and you can sign up to our weekly newsletter at hauntedattractionnetwork.com. Support for this episode comes from Gantom Lighting and Controls. Until next time, Haunters, stay scary.
This is a Haunted Attraction Network production.